Hello everyone. After yesterday's game between Sri Lanka and Bangladesh, I've been trying to wrap my head around which rivalry game was much more epic, whether it was India versus Pakistan or Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh. In my opinion, the Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh game just edges out the India versus Pakistan game by a bit. Let me tell you why. Firstly, when we look at the cricketing reasons, we see that the Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh game came much more down to the wire when compared to the India versus Pakistan game because Sri Lanka had less wickets in hand compared to what India had. But overall, both of these games followed a similar timeline with the chasing team ultimately going on to win the game. But it's the non-cricketing aspects that make rivalries extra special and adds extra intensity. Let's look at the non-cricketing aspect for India versus Pakistan. The fact that India lost to Pakistan for the first time in World Cup history in their last encounter did bring that aspect of revenge and the fact that they wanted to show that they are the best. But when we look at the Sri Lanka versus Bangladesh situation, we see that Dasun Shanakar told the media that Bangladesh's bowlers are not up to standard, and then the Bangladeshi team director comes and says that Sri Lanka's bowlers are not up to standard, and then even Mahela Jayawardene gets into action on Twitter and says that Bangladesh's bowlers are not that good. Therefore, this just adds intensity to the on-field action, right? This off-field action just adds more intensity to the on-field action, and the fact that this was a must-win game for both of these sides just further added to the intensity and the desire to win, as I mentioned in the preview. And therefore, I would say that the Bangladesh versus Sri Lanka game just edges out the India versus Pakistan game by a bit, just because of these non-cricketing reasons, as well as the fact that this was a must-win situation. But let me know in the comments which game you preferred and which game you thought lived up to their reputation the best.